just make it send it around.
I can't tell you how many times I've been guilty of saying, oh, contact. And you go back and see the replay, it's like, it was air. He didn't even hit him, you know?
They look the same at times. That's how on edge the cars are. It just takes a little air pack there, and you can be sent around.
Everyone's still on the lead lap, so no free pass here. And most people that I talk to about strategy today and how you handle the competition caution, if you've got track position, you keep it outside the top 10, top 12, maybe even back as far as 15th. You'd make a pit stop, and some people weren't telling the truth, because here comes Jesse Love, Matt DiBenedetto, Harrison Burton, all had pretty good track position, and they're hitting progressive pit road. Dylan?
And Jesse Love is the first one leading the cars down there on the left of the screen. He is plowing tight. Came on the radio on lap 1 and said that he was chattering the front tires, and then doubled back on it at this yellow and just said we are way too tight. Harrison Burton, he has gone backwards. It was started the race tight, and it's just gotten worse. So they'll make a chassis adjustment there on the 25. 4 tires and fuel for both these cars.
And now we get the race off pit road. Justin Allgaier able to grab the race lead. He stays ahead of the curve. We're under caution for the 3rd time here in Texas. 42, Anthony Alfredo. Good start to the afternoon. He's 9th in front of Taylor Gray.
That's a really good run for Anthony Alfredo and that 42 team. They need that. They've had some really tough luck to start this season. Just seems like anytime there's an issue, he's in it at times.
Watch 2-car Jesse Love.
He's going to try to go 3 wide to the top here and find that that's not going to work. We've mentioned it multiple times. There's just not the grip out there. And it's so enticing. You want to move out there, and I do expect, if we do get some green flag running, that outside group will move up in 1 and 2. It always historically does here. But it's just, you got to give it time. You got to let it be worked in, cleaned off, whatever it is. It takes time to have for the other drivers. What he's doing, how he's running that lane, how it's working for him. The tough part here in Texas as we ride on board with Sam Mayer as we go into turn 1 is it's really hard to identify where that line is. You see the markings on the racetrack. It's hard to see. The black right there doesn't mean there's grip. If you go a little bit too high above that black, you suddenly don't have grip, or even just within that black area. It gets real tight.
These are teammates
on the other side too.
Door, quarter.
You know, it's interesting when you watch Mayer, because if you watch last year's race when he won, he was really not a part of the equation. You didn't talk about him a lot in the first half, almost the first 3 quarters of the race, but then he came on strong, wins it, and Brandon Jones has got good speed late in the run.
I've got the funniest story about Sam Mayer last year when he won that race, and we got done with practice. He was about, I think, down to 35th or something. He came up to me, he said, hey man, you followed me. Do you think my car looked loose? I have no idea what's going on. I said, yeah, maybe a little bit. He went on to win the race. Well, I was like, how'd that happen?
You can't say Mayer winning here without talking about Ryan Sieg, and Sieg delivering once again. They were way back in the running order to start this thing. He made up some ground. They made a pit stop at lap 22, and since the restart, they have come to the front. He's in the top 10 in position for stage points. 9th right now, a team that needs it. He's getting more here on those fresher tires.
You can tell the motivation is high. Wants redemption for what happened last year. That had to be absolutely heartbreaking. Stare your first win in the face and lose it by mere inches like he did. You know, and when he looks back at that race, he didn't lose it right at the line. He lost it with about a lap to go by not doing the correct line down at 1 and 2 and holding off Sam Mayer correctly. I'm sure he put that in his notebook and adjusted for today.
How about Corey Day? I mean, this is the first time he's driven an Xfinity car on a 1.5-mile track. He'd never seen this place, hadn't turned laps here because no practice, no qualifying. He's 11th, kind of like his mentor, Kyle Larson, flexing his muscles at TMS.
No, this is really impressive because this place is so tough. I mean, the reason we've had all the issues we've had to start this race is just how treacherous, how sketchy, as Larson described, this racetrack. It's just an incredibly difficult racetrack to feel the car, and you're going so fast, Dylan, but I'm sure you have heard more from him now.
I spoke with Adam Wall, the crew chief on this car this morning, and he said we did a lot of sim work leading into this because it is his first 1.5-mile start in the Xfinity. He has some truck starts on these tracks, the first in Xfinity. So that sim work, obviously they didn't know they weren't going to get practice, is paying dividends for them, and they still felt really confident about what they were going to have. Felt like they've always unloaded strong this year, and Corey Day so far doing a nice job capitalizing on the speed that his 17 car has.
We talk about Larson winning in the 17 at Bristol, but that team, every time they've showed this year, has had a chance to go out and get it done. William Byron going to drive the 17 at Charlotte in a few weeks, the next time Xfinity is on track. And Hendrick Motorsports won at Charlotte last year with Chase Elliott behind the wheel. Ryan Sieg, I didn't think he could get to Brandon Jones. Now he's there. 6 to go into stage 39, looking to pick up some more stage points. Maybe a little 2-for-1 opportunity here. He's got Jones and Creed right in front of him.
Oh, yeah, a lot of momentum there off turn 4 as Jones got checked up behind Sheldon Creed. That